I think the one we probably can talk about the least is the Vikings. It was kind of assumed of the last week to 10 days that it was going to be Cousins. The investment's huge, guaranteed 84. That's a lot of dough, but only a 3-year deal, which from their perspective, I think makes sense. You're not signing like a long-term, like baseball type contract where you're paying this out for 10 years. We've talked about it a lot, but for the listeners that haven't heard some of your stuff on Cousins, where's your head?
Oh, it's brilliant by Minnesota. It's brilliant because if you looked at Minnesota and everyone keeps asking the question, well, you know, uh, why didn't they just bring Case Keenum back? He was so good for them. It was going to be so much cheaper. You plateaued with Case Keenum. He got you as far as he was going to get you if you're the Minnesota Vikings. And so you have this opportunity to get this guy who very rarely this kind of guy hits the market. And you have the opportunity to go get him. You've got every other piece in place on your team. Windows are small in the NFL. We're seeing it with Seattle, right? We're seeing what's going on with Seattle and how they're going through a little bit of transition. Windows are small. And when you have your window as an owner and a general manager, you've got to pounce on it. And if that's the one position that you think is holding you back, you pull all the punches that you need to go make it happen. So it makes a ton of sense for the Vikings. It makes a ton of sense for Kirk Cousins changing the contract game in the NFL. I mean, he's flat out changing it because he's, like you said, signed a 3-year guaranteed deal, and he's going to be 33 and 34 maybe and have the chance to re-up again. It's
the baseball model. I mean, people have talked about why, Trout's signing Mike Trout's going to sign 3 monster deals in his career, all 100% guaranteed.
Yeah, and here's why it's great for Cousins, because Cousins is going from a situation in Washington where it was a roller coaster ride, very tumultuous. He didn't have any kind of defense. Their defense was bottom 10 in the NFL the last 3 years. And last year, he didn't have really anybody to throw to. Now, as a quarterback, you're looking, wait, I've got Diggs and Thielen that I could throw to. I've got a really good tight end. I got this revamped offensive line that's going to keep me clean and give us a run game. DeFilippo's my play caller, who's a hot name. Now, we'll find out if he can call plays, absolutely, but he's a hot name. And I don't have to go be Superman. I don't have to go score 30 a game to win games because my defense is so good. I've always said Kirk Cousins was not positioning himself for this contract. He's positioned himself for the next one. And it makes a ton of sense for him to go to Minnesota on both ends, really. It really does.
Yeah, he's in a good place. And we don't know how good Kirk Cousins can be. So the war chest is stacked now. So it's going to be fun to watch him sling it around.
And the reality is, if Minnesota gets the Kirk Cousins from the last 3 years, they're going to make a Super Bowl.